Hi everybody, this is Lydia here at Lydia's Leisurely Stitching, and today I'm coming to you with a little bit of a different video. I don't have any whips to show you today, so if you're here to see my progress, come back another time. But today I'm going to show you all of the charts I have in stash and the things that I'm thinking about starting in the future. So for 2021, I've done no new starts, and that's been great. And it's really helped me develop some diligence in working on my current whips. But I do have a number of things in stash that I would like to get to eventually, sometime in the future. So I figure let's just dive in and I'll show you what I've got and what my plans are and kind of how I think about starting a new project. So first off, I have pulled up here Victorian Christmas Eve. It's from Cross Stitch Arts, Sandy Littlejohns, and Deborah Lester. And I'm planning on starting this one in December. So no new starts ends in the middle of December, and as soon as it ends, I'm starting this one. It's a full coverage piece, and I've wanted to start this for maybe 10 years. Back before I even knew about Flosstube, I was on Ravelry, which is like a knitting and crochet website, and there was a little cross-stitch forum on there, and I saw someone working on this, and I was like, yes, that is what I want. I'm particularly drawn to like the shop windows, and so when I start this, I'm hoping to get the first page done, which should be somewhere around here. So this first window and this guy and this girl. A little hesitant because I'm not a fan of pink, and I don't think it would be too difficult to change these pink dresses to a different color. I'm just not really sure what color I would change it to. So if you have any suggestions on what would be a good alternative, let me know, because I'm definitely open. You know, for Christmas you think like red and green, but there's already like red and green, so I don't want to do that. I guess I could change. No, I'm fine with purple. I like purple, so I don't want to change this lady. I guess I could put this little girl in dark green, like this lady's dress. Still would leave me this one pink person. So I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And then this is The Ornament Log Mountain Cabin by Dominic Davidson. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is the mock-up of what it'll look like stitched, and I'm planning on starting this one for my birthday in 2022. So 11 months away, but I've already got it planned. I've already got all the floss kitted up, bobinated. I've got my fabric ready to go as soon as I can start it. But, you know, like I said, I've been learning dedication, and it'll get started when it's its time. Other full coverage charts I have this one. It's Quit Stitch Magic of Books by Tamara Markegard. It's also Heaven and Earth Designs. I think this is great, very cute. The only concern is there's a lot of black, and I have a cone of 310, so I guess I'm set, but yeah, not at the top of the list right now. This is Miranda by John William Waterhouse. It's another Haid, and this was a freebie at one time, so I grabbed it. I don't grab all the freebies, I only grab the ones that call to me, and this really calls to me. I love the ocean scene. I love the dark, ominous gray clouds behind her. It's beautiful. I don't know if I have the dedication to stitch this though. But yeah, it's there. And then this one is Fairy Tales by Lisa Parker. And Dawn Marie recently started this. I'll put a link to her channel below. It's beautiful, but I did not realize before I purchased it just how large it is. If this was like the size of a quick stitch, sure, I would stitch it. But this is like, I think, maybe 700,000 stitches. It's bigger than my A Place of Her Own. I know that, and I think it's like a lot bigger than A Place of Her Own. So yeah, I like it, but I don't know that I like it that much. And then here is Cathedral by Jonathan Earl Bowser, another Heaven and Earth design. When I started A Place of Her Own, it was like a toss-up between that one and this one. I love being in the woods. I grew up in the woods. We had a little creek by my house, so this really speaks to me. Maybe I'll start it one day. I feel like it's high up on my list, but I already have 3 full coverages on the go with plans to start 2 more, so I'm not sure about that. So those are my full coverage patterns that I've got. And then here I have the non-full coverage pieces in my stash. And I've tried to download a large image of each of them so that you can really see the details. So it might not be the cover image. You see something you've stitched, that's really cool, let me know. These are like the largest, highest quality pictures I could find on the internet. And I've listed these in the order of how long I've owned them. So we'll get to my spreadsheet in a little bit, but like Pumpkins for Sale is the chart that I've had in my stash the longest. So right now I'm thinking that once I finish the 2 non-full coverage pieces I have on the go, I'm going to do pumpkins. It might be in January, but that's okay. This piece has been in my stash for maybe 7 years, and I'm ready to start cleaning out my stash. I don't want things to be in my stash that long. I want to get something and stitch it and have it up to look at and move along. So yeah, Pumpkins for Sale by Little House Needleworks, oldest one in my stash. Up next is Taking It Easy by Silver Creek Samplers, and it says, "At the beach is where I find a place to let my soul unwind." I love the beach, and I'm a blue and yellow girl, so this blue and yellow dress really speaks to me. I went ahead and I purchased some fabric for this one that's kind of a warm beigey color. I am a little bit concerned about how much the colors blend into the fabric here. It doesn't like pop, it's not very vibrant. So once I get to this, I might be changing the colors around a little bit to make it more vibrant, because she fades in to the background and I don't want her to fade into the background. I want her to be visible. And this is Plum Pudding. It's by With Thy Needle and Thread from Brenda Gervais. This is a piece that my husband picked out for me. So yeah, he picked it out when we went to a local needlework store on vacation one time. This is a Mill Hill kit, obviously. It's a Mill Hill kit of button beads from their Christmas Village series. This one's called Caroling. And what my plan was to do, there's a group of ladies on Facebook who have done these as a village and put them together on fabric. That's what I'm thinking about doing, but I've never done any beading. I've never done a Mill Hill kit, so this is my first one. I'm thinking that I'll do them and finish them into little stand-up squares so that they're like a non-breakable, less fragile Christmas village. And I'll do them each as like a flat fold, and then they can be easily rearranged each Christmas as a Christmas village, and then they'll fold down nicely and not take up too much storage space. So this is Wonderful Life by Heart and Hand. I picked this up at StitchCon. I really like it because it's got mushrooms, raccoons. I love the little river. So it speaks to my kind of country mountain cabin lifestyle that I would like to have. And when I saw it at StitchCon, I knew I needed to get it. And I thought of it as like a birth sampler. And it wasn't until like a couple of months later that I got home and I was looking through it, and it actually is meant to be a birth sampler. There's a name down here, and the pattern comes with numbers and letters so that you can chart like a birth date and a name, and that's cool. So even though I have this one in my stash, I don't have any plans to start it. It's kind of the thing that needs to wait until it's, there's the right time to start it. You need a baby to start it for. Okay, Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery. This one, like, you look at it, and at least I think I'm like, it doesn't look that great. But I saw it stitched up at StitchCon, and it looked wonderful. And then I saw it on the freebie table, and so I was like, yes. The one I saw really popped. I really enjoyed that, so I picked it up. Spring Fling. I'm concerned about this because that's a whole lot of white. But my grandparents, their last name is Hare, and so my grandmother always really liked to decorate for Easter and have bunny things hanging around. So it kind of reminds me of her. And I don't have any Easter decorations, so I could stitch it up and kind of do it like in memory of her. I think it's pretty cute, although yeah, that's a lot of white. And then this one is Fly Away Home from the Stitching Mouse. This is a picture I took because it's an old pattern. This is actually a like a glossy photo. And then it's like taped on to the piece of paper. So this is probably from like a long time ago, but I got it at the freebie table at StitchCon, and I think it's cute, simple. I love ladybugs and little picket fence. I mean, what else do you want? Okay. The Prairie Schooler Fairies. Now, I've wanted to do these for a long time, and so when they re-released them earlier this year, I jumped on it. I don't know if I'll do all of them, but I definitely want to do the snail, and I definitely want to do the frog, and these are high up there on my to-do list. And at the same time as I got the Prairie Fairies, I also got my first 2 kits from Owl Forest Embroidery. This is Father Mushroom, and he is adorable, and he is also high up on my to-do list. I mean, he's a little mushroom dude, and he's got a snail on his head. I mean, come on, guys. Perfect. And I also got the Swamp Witch from Owl Forest Embroidery, and she is so cute, and she's also got snails and little frog friends. So, I mean, it would be really hard to decide if I would start her or Father Mushroom first. I might change her hair to be brown because I think she like represents me. Amid Amish Life. This is a chart that was in a magazine, and you can sometimes find the leaflets for it. It's depicted here as a triptych, but I would put them all together in one large piece. I think I've shown previously the Sunbonnet Sue pieces I have, and I would put it in between the 4 Sunbonnet Sue pieces. I have one for each season, so it would be kind of the centerpiece to bring them all together. But it's huge. I'll show you later. I've sorted all of my projects also by their size according to No New Starts 2022, and it's a large, but it's mostly full coverage. It doesn't qualify for full coverage fanatics because some of the sky is not stitched, but it's large and it's going to be a commitment, but I do have a spot picked out for it on my wall. Templar Prophecy from Long Dog Samplers. I have mixed feelings about this one. You might know that I started this one, but I've also unstarted it and unpicked everything. I got it at the behest of my husband, and I started it, and then he decided he doesn't like it that much, and I also had problems with my fabric and floss colors. So I've got it, I like it. I really like the little town down here, but I don't know when it's going to get stitched. At this point, it's on the naughty list. And then these are two pieces that I won in a giveaway from Dawn Marie, who I mentioned before. Moonrise Snail, who is adorable and is 100% getting stitched. And Save Our Life. These two are both by the Black Needle Society. This one I'm not so sure about stitching for me, but I might stitch it up and use it as a smalls exchange sometime. Okay, so we're getting into the last group of charts I have. These are the charts that I picked up at Stitch West in October. So if I had made this video a month ago, it would be like 30% shorter because I went a little wild at Stitch West. This one is Winter Silhouette. It's by Imaginating. And I picked it up because it's simple and beautiful, but it was on the freebie table, but there was also on the freebie table a little strip of dark blue Aida. And I said, those two go together, it's meant to be. So I got them and I'm going to do them together. And this is the Saltwater Scrapbook by Lindy Stitches and the Blue Flower. Thank you to Cheryl for purchased one of the patterns for my birthday for me, and I picked up the other one. My plan is to stitch just 5 of them, and I'm going to stitch them in the order of like sky to bottom of the ocean. So at the top of the sky is going to be the seagulls, and then beneath them will be the octopus playing in the sand. Next will be the pirate with his super cool mustache and his parrot friend. Then the hammerhead shark, and on the bottom of the ocean will be the squid with the anchor. This is also pretty up there on my want to stitch list. Au Pied des Gnomes by Jardine Privé. You know I love gnomes, I love mushroom houses, I love daisies. I don't know what else to say. They're adorable. Want to stitch them. So this is Scary Mouse. I don't have any Halloween cross stitching, and since this is also by Brenda Gervais, let's check and see. Is that right? Scary Mouse, Brenda Gervais. Yeah. And so it's in the same series of the mouse that was the plum pudding that my husband picked out for me. So I thought he might like it, and I need some Halloween stuff. This is Silent Night by Country Cottage. It's cute. I like it. And Ho 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 and Away We Go, also by Country Cottage. I really like the idea of doing Christmas pieces on dark fabric. So, a couple more. This is Good as Gold. I got it out of a magazine at Stitch West, and I think it's just cute. And Fairy Tale Bookmark Kit. I actually didn't get this one at Stitch West, so it's a little bit sorted wrong, but I went to a stash sale for my local embroidery guild, and this was there, and like the night before I'd been thinking about how I needed a new bookmark, so I picked it up. And that really is everything. So those are all of the charts that I have in stash. I'm going to move myself up a little bit. There you go. So I've got a spreadsheet of all of these charts, and I've organized them by age and listed out their designer, their theme, and then I've done the calculations for No New Starts 2022 to sort them into their categories, small being an average of less than 100 stitches, medium 100 to 150, large 150 to 250, and then BAP is greater than 250. So when I sort them by age, you can see that Pumpkins for Sale is the oldest one I have, and Taking It EC is second oldest. I also sorted them by size. So Templar Prophecy is a BAP, but I'm not really interested in starting it anytime soon. Then we've got the larges, the mediums, and the smalls. Both of the non-full coverage projects I have on the go right now, the Daisy Gnomes from Cuore Batticuore, and there's Beauty and Simplicity from Country Card Samplings. Those are both large. And then Pumpkins for Sale, which I anticipate being my next start, is also a large. So even though I might like to start some of these large projects, I think I should probably sprinkle in some of the smalls and mediums, just so that I can cut down this list. As you can see right now, there's 24 that I have in my stash, subtracting one because there's a header up here. All of these I picked up at Stitch West, so I went a little crazy. But I think that, it's good to have a little bit in stash, because then if there's a worldwide pandemic or something crazy happens, you have things to stitch on. But I also don't want to be one of those people that has so many things in stash that they forget about it, or they buy multiples, or they're stressed because they're never going to get to stitch all the things they love. So I want to be mindful about what I have in stash and about what I purchase. I'm not saying I'm not going to buy anything new, because new things come out and you might like them better than the things you already have, but I also want to remember why I got these things in the first place, and spend the time to stitch them if I really enjoy them. So I think it would be good to get this down to 10, having 10 things in stash, maybe 8. Yeah. I also went through and I sorted them. So we can take a quick look at the ones that I definitely want to start soon. Pumpkins are on the top of my start list because I've had them the longest. The Mill Hill kit, I really want to try it out, especially because I've been seeing Kat do so many Mill Hill kits. I'm still looking for a good fabric to do it on. I want something that looks like a winter sky that'll make all the white pop. But since I don't have a local needlework store, I can't really go and look and see what the fabrics look like. So if anyone has suggestions about a good wintry sky fabric that they like, let me know in the comments. Prairie Fairies, Father Mushroom, Swamp Witch, those all go together, I feel like, and would all be displayed on the same area of my wall. Mid-Amish Life, I really want to start it, but it's just so big and I'm not really ready to commit to another big project yet. And this snail, he's adorable. Oh, yep, Saltwater Scrapbook too. It's something that I've liked since I saw it come out. And the bookmark, because it's small, manageable. So yeah guys, that's everything that I have in my stash. Let me know what you think, which one is your favorite? Do you have any ideas on how you sort your projects? I'm thinking about maybe sorting them and doing an oldest and then one that's really calling to me, and then switching back to an oldest, so that I can keep things from lingering too long after I've decided I don't want this. They've already lingered a long time, but I don't want them to linger too much longer. So thanks for coming and spending time with me, and I'll see you for my regular update the end of November, beginning of December. Bye guys.